Good evening, good evening. When it's Tuesday, it's the Raw Leadership Talk. And today we are glad to be here continuing with the Mentorship Mentality Change series on the second Tuesday, the month of April. Today featuring Irene Wagema as we discuss the educational system, especially in this part of the world, the educational system in Kenya, the educational system in Africa at large, and how it has impacted the way we view things, has impacted our economic, our social, and even worldviews. Where are you watching us from? It would be good to hear from you. You can tune in and be part of this discussion. Role Leadership Talk coming to you every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. Today, as I said, featuring Irene Wagema. Where are you watching us from? Kindly let us know, even as we listen to water music from Handel Messiah, as we get ready for today's discussion. In a few minutes, we shall begin our discussion. Let's listen to Handel Messiah water music. Where are you watching us from? You can post your comment, you can post your question, and we will be glad to connect with you. Thank you. Irene, maybe you may want to introduce yourself to our viewers today. Welcome to the Raw Leadership Talk, coming to you every Tuesday, and today we are glad to host you. Maybe you may want to introduce yourself, Irene.
Good evening, and thank you, Dan, for inviting me. My name is Irene Wagema. I'm married to James Wagema. We have 3 children, a son in love, a daughter in love, and 2 grandchildren. I'm born again. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you very much. Maybe we could begin with this discussion, which today we're looking at educational system. And just to remind your viewers that Mentality Change series is based on my book, Eradicating a Poverty Mentality. And today we're looking at the aspect of education system. How has your life journey been so far, Irene? Maybe you may want to share with the viewers today.
Dan, I have come quite far from, I'm about to enter the 6th floor. Mm-hmm. And therefore I have been, I've been through the 3 systems of education in Kenya. Mm-hmm. Starting with the earlier one in the 70s. I actually joined primary school in the late 60s. Mm-hmm. And so I went through the phase then, and it was good. It was a good education system all the way through from 6, because we were given the platform to be ourselves and to be innovative. Mm-hmm. But I have seen our children go through the 844 system. Okay. And I can tell you, like any other parent, it was a burdensome education system. Mm-hmm. Then I ran a special school, and of course we are now doing the CBC, which almost looks like what we went through. It is lesser. It looks at the child. The child is at the center. Mm-hmm. But 844, the child was very, very far from the center. Okay. So the 3 systems that I have seen emerging in Kenya today,
yes,
they have not really taken the child at the center, really, even the new CBC.
Yes.
Though we are not where we were, but we are not where we want to be. But I believe with the new CBC, At least it will give the children an opportunity to be themselves.
Okay. So what's your take then on the Kenyan educational system and the changes that have been going around? Do you think they are worthy our effort? Are we moving in the right direction right now?
Well, in as far as the government is concerned, and especially the Ministry of Education, yes, they think that we're in the right direction. They have pointed the direction.
Yes.
They have pointed, but they have not told us how to go through that direction. Some schools, yes, and especially the private schools, they are on it. They're on that path. But many...
We are losing you, Irene.
It could
Hello?
be the...
We seem to have lost you there, but are you? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we had lost you a little bit. Okay, you were saying something there. Maybe you can continue.
Yes, I was saying that with the new system, some schools are already there.
Yes.
Especially the private schools. But you know where the population, the highest population lies in the public schools.
Yes.
And they don't have yet the gist of the matter.
Yes.
They still haven't grasped the gist of the matter, the child.
Okay.
Yes.
So what really went wrong there? And do you think we have commercialized education in this side of the world? Why is it that the private schools seem to be getting the gist and doing better than the public schools, which have the majority of the pupils and students? And again, even going into our higher education and the way our approach to higher education, do you think we have commercialized education? And that's where we went wrong.
It is so highly commercialized. Highly commercialized. And it is all about the attitude. It is all about the grades. We are still just pegged on the grades. And therefore, the more you...
Oh, lost Irene there, but I hope that she will be able to come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the educational system in Kenya, and we had just discussed about our educational system, whether we have commercialized the educational system. And Irene was telling us before she dropped, she was talking to us about the idea of how they went through the educational system in the 60s, how it was very child-centered. And then we came up with 844 that pushed children away from the center of focus, and it was more about grades and grades and grades. And now we are coming back into the CBC, which seems also to have a problem that people haven't really grasped it, because it's very difficult for people to embrace change. Irene, sorry for the technical problem there, but we are glad that you are back. And I had asked you about the commercialization of education in this side of the world. I don't know. Maybe you can continue from where you had stopped.
Yes, I was saying that education is highly commercialized.
Yes.
And parents are fighting for the schools they think are doing well.
Yes.
And they are paying heavily for that. They are paying heavily. But it's not that it is going to produce the best child.
Okay.
It isn't.
Yes.
No. These are just whitewashed tombs. And what they get, the product we get is also whitewashed.
I like that.
We do not inculcate the proper values in the children.
I like that point. You're saying it's not that it's going to produce the best kid. These are just whitewashed tombs trying to attract the people into that space of thinking that the best school is the best. And is this the reason that now schools, especially private schools, want to get the best performance no matter the process, so that they can attract more parents into that school? What are your thoughts? Yes, Irene, can you hear me? Irene, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you can continue. I was asking you gave us that point, that analogy of the white tombs, and I was just picking up from there and asking, do you think this is the reason why private schools seem to invest so much in getting good grades, so that they can attract more parents to connect with that school? Yes, Irene, you can go on.
Yes, this is the very reason why the private schools are. I'm gone. I can see you, Dan.
Yes. No, you are here. You are here. We can see you.
Me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
Oh boy.
We can hear you, Irene. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a problem right there, a technical problem. Irene, can you hear me?
Dan, can you get me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Keep
clearer
on.
Now.
Yes.
Okay. That's the reason why many troop to private schools.
Yes.
High schools.
Yes.
And that's the very reason why I think 2 weeks ago you saw that there was a scandal with KCPE.
Yes.
The exam leakage. Why? Because there are schools which are doing very well in terms of leakage, so that they can ensure that their children pass and go to the best high schools. And this is something that is a concerted effort between the high schools, the parents, and the teachers. The child is nowhere. The child is nowhere in this. And this is the commercialization aspect. Our schools are doing very well, so bring your children. But it is all about leakage. It is all about commercialization.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are joining us right now, we are doing the Raw Leadership Talk, discussing leadership issues here in a plain way, giving it to you raw. And today we are with Irene Wagema here, looking at the educational system. Because if we are going to produce great minds, great leaders, then the educational system matters a lot. And so it's important for us to begin to look at the basics if we are going to produce great leaders. So join in this discussion. You can throw in your questions. You can bring in your ideas. We'll be more than glad to connect with you and enjoy this particular discussion. Irene, what are your thoughts on the three systems mentioned in my book, Eradicating a Poverty Mentality? We look at the home system, the school system, and the work system, and how this parallel system seem to impact on each other, right from home to school and to the workplace. What are your thoughts on that?
Right from home, the child is brought up knowing and just hearing about the do's and don'ts. The home environment is the child is geared towards a certain path. So that even though the parents have a right to give their opinion, but they have also a right, the child also has a right to be given space to be a child and to think like the child and to think outside the parents' ideas. But you always find many parents actually want to impose and superimpose their ideas on the children. So the environment at home is not ideal because they must do things in a certain way. You've heard of so many students who go all the way to university. Once they graduate, then they give the degree to the parents.
Yes.
This is what you wanted. So now I want to go and pursue my degree. I want
Yes.
to go and pursue what I've always wanted to do. So parents should take a back seat, help the children, but also listen to the children.
Wonderful.
Then, as if that is not enough, the children are handed over to the school system. The school system is so rigid. It is about passing.
Only
it's not,
passing exams. Yes.
It is all about grades. And the children, there's fear instilled in the children. You must pass. We don't want failures.
Yes.
At home, they had, you must be like so-and-so. We don't want failures. Our families is not a family of failures. Then they go to the same school and it is rubbed on them.
Yes.
What do you have at the end of it all? A child who fears to do otherwise.
Yes.
A child who must work day and night to get that A or B.
Do you think that that kills grades? Kills creativity in the child, because now the child becomes, geared towards just getting good grades.
Oh yes, the child becomes a robot. The child is programmed. And once you program anything, you get what you have programmed. You upload and you download what you have programmed in it. So it is with the child.
Yes.
We must not kill innovation in these children. But the home environment, the school environment kills innovation.
Yes.
Kills the talent. The child is trying to project themselves in a different manner, but the two systems will not allow.
And then now,
and it is very sad. Of course, now the child has graduated, and you remember there's a song that used to be sung a long time ago. So many vijana muongeze pia bidii, mwisho wa kusoma mtapata kazi nzuri sana. It is not the way today.
No longer relevant. No longer relevant.
It is no longer relevant today. Mwisho wa kusoma, you will tarmac.
Yes.
Mwisho wa kusoma, the same mother who was telling you do A, B, C, D will be carrying your envelope with your CV, with your degree, talking to everybody she knows, or your father knows, to get you a job. Why? Because the line you took did not actually ensure that you can be self-employed. So there are always brown envelopes around. And when you get that job, it is not the job that you really wanted.
Yes.
Then you go to a job environment, and you have now to go and do it according to the instructions. It is not from you. Somebody is telling you what to do. And it could be even a junior person who never went to that university. So that is the dilemma that we are in today, Dan.
I get you. And Robert Wafula said, tuned. Judy Mugera said, following. Daniel Musibi is asking a question here, Irene. He said, what are your thoughts about the new system with regards to the schooling system? Will private schools still have an advantage over public schools with the new system of CBC? What are your thoughts, Irene?
Well, there is an advantage, but the teachers were not adequately prepared to handle.
Yes.
So in between, they went for teacher training in between. Yes. But you see, the old mindset is still at play. So it is the attitude. The attitude is the mitigating factor in this case.
So does our current system of education then produce a robotic conformist? And what should we do to change this?
Oh yes, we have robotic conformists all over, because they move as they are told. They jump when they are told to jump. They sit when they are told to sit. It is a narrow path. What we need to do is to give children space.
Yes.
Right from the early years, identify. Early intervention is critical. What is a child good in? Give them the literacy, the basic skills and whatever. Take them through, but make sure that you identify each child's skills, talents, gifts. And then exploit them and allow the child now to know this is the path I am taking. A good degree is okay.
Yes.
But don't forget the gift. Each person is bestowed with a gift.
again there with Irene, but she's saying that a good degree is important to develop the child, give them the space to be able to in the right way, to be able to grow, to be able to expand their mind, to be time they go into the workplace, they can function with creativity, they can function with innovation, they can function based on the knowledge that they have. Irene, are you back? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Irene, as we conclude this broadcast today, we're going to give you 3 minutes to just do your closing remarks as far as the educational system is concerned.
Thank you. One, I would like to remind parents with children living with disabilities not to leave them behind. They are equally endowed. They are able. Give them the space, give them the environment, give them the ability. They have the ability. Do not deny them. Number two, we should give every child that room. Let them be innovative. Let them actualize their own desires. Let us not kill the innovation in each child. Give them the space. And this world will be a better place. Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world. This change is in the children. It is in our children today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been going through the Raw Leadership Talk, topic of discussion, the educational system, looking at mentality change series, because I believe the problem of the world, the problem of this country, the problem of majority of the people is mentality. And if we can change our mentality about our educational system, change our mentality about leadership, change our mentality about our social lives, change our mentality, the way we do things, and our approach to issues of life, I believe we will create a proper line of leadership and begin to move Africa and Kenya to the mountaintop of success and significance. I'm glad you could join in, and thank you very much for connecting with us. Irene, thank you very much for being here and sharing these wonderful nuggets with our viewers as far as education is concerned. You can engage with us more through the numbers and the emails and the website that is passing on your screen. We are grateful that you joined us today, and you will be able to join us even next week. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. See you next week.